Since 1890, when the Redforth Rail Bridge opened, it was always the tradition to toss a small coin out of the train window as you pass over this island. This is Inchgarvie Island. And over time, generations of children have grown up on both shores, and they've all riddled the sand through their toes searching for those coins, the buried treasure. This is an island also rich with history. Have a close look as we go by. Try to see the oldest stonework, because that's the important bit. The old stonework is all that remains of Inchgarvie Castle that was built in 1495. This island also operated as a state prison until around 1670, but it was in the mid-1600s. The English, Oliver Cromwell, he'd taken control of Edinburgh. He was advancing his troops throughout Scotland. He was aiming for Stirling Castle. He already had Tantallon Castle at Dunbar, Blackness Castle upstream, and Inchgarvie Castle here he took on the 17th day of July, 1651. At this point in the river, in the space of 2 days, over 4,000 English troops crossed to North Queensferry in little boats, and then they all became embroiled in the Battle of Inverkeithing. Our next port of call today will be the beautiful and historic medieval island of Inchcolm. As you know, this is a circular tour, 90 minutes long on the water, but today you have the option to leave the ship and visit Inchcolm Island if you wish. On the island, we will give you a further 90 minutes to explore, and then we will return to collect you. It is an option, otherwise simply stay on the boat. Historic Scotland look after Inchcolm Island to a very high standard, and for that reason, you must have a landing pass to go there. You cannot leave the ship without a landing pass, and you need one for every member of your party. If you have the intention to visit the island today, you can buy your landing pass now from the bell bar downstairs. Historic Scotland members are reminded that they must also collect a landing pass. That's landing passes for the Inchcolm landing option. They are available now, down in the coffee bar area. Passing one of the tugboats here. On standby for the oil tanker. All the other tugboats are busy with the aircraft carrier. We'll see them all when we come back to the island. The oil terminal here, where they put the oil into the tankers. Now oils come all the way from the North Sea, to rough out the North Sea to load the tankers safely. We're fortunate here, we've got a deep water channel all the way out to the North Sea. That allows tankers to come into the sheltered water, relatively sheltered. The port, load up with oil and then head from here anywhere around the world. They do call in occasionally. Next port of call, China, Korea, places like that, so they do travel far and wide. I'm pretty sure that as you look around, you can now understand why this area is probably the most unique and iconic in Scotland. This river and estuary, it's home to such a huge diversity of marine wildlife, but down on the seabed, a rainbow of corals, sponges and anemones, starfish, oysters and lobsters. It's a diver's paradise, and usually during our summer times, we can see puffins and gannets, the guillemots, razorbills, and eider ducks, the heaviest ducks that can actually fly. These wonderful beaches and the shoreline, these were the catalyst igniting Charles Darwin's interest of the natural world, marine biology and botany, and for Charles Darwin, this area was the starting point in his epic worldwide journey to discovering on the origin of the species. But Charles wasn't the only one. Another very famous naturalist came from a little way further downstream, in the small fishing town of Dunbar. Very probably Canadians and Americans aboard, you will know the name, John Muir. This was a man who saved many areas of natural beauty from the curse of mankind itself. Places such as Yosemite National Park in the United States. He more or less created the national park system. But his legacy here in his homeland is the John Muir Way, taking in the Forth Valley coastline beside us now, and a further